Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Magnetically Aligned Women event. Today, I have a very special guest. Her name is Cassandra Rosa. She is an intuitive life coach and clarity creator. She helps millennials find the clarity they need to create their dream life and business. In her coaching practice, she loves to teach her clients how to clear what's holding them back, connect with their purpose and vision, and define action steps to make their dreams a reality. Cassandra is a Reiki Master, an award winning speaker, and an award winning book called Now What? Create the Clarity to Achieve Your Dreams. Thank you so much for being here, Cassandra. It is an absolute honor to have you. And I would love for you to share a little bit more about yourself.
Thank you so much for having me and for that beautiful intro. Yeah, I think the intro hit everything, the nail on the head. I'm really, really passionate, and I made it my mission to help millennials find clarity because I think that there's so much chaos and uncertainty happening in the world right now. And I feel like the world would be a better place if people knew their purpose, had their own toolbox to clear what's holding them back and define their path to their future and do it in complete alignment. So that's why I'm so grateful for this opportunity to be a part of this series and speak with your audience today.
I absolutely love your mission because part of my personal journey, and I'm sure in so many people's journeys right now, part of aligning to who you are is knowing what you want and feeling good and trusting yourself about the life that you want to create. So, I want to ask you a little bit more about your personal journey on how you got to this path and becoming a life coach and business coach.
Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity for asking that. I think that it's been a long journey for me. From a young age, I knew I wanted to make a difference in the world. I didn't know what that meant. I spent so much time trying to discover what that was, whether it would be becoming a teacher or becoming a psychologist, just this love for people. And I ended up going to school for psychology. And halfway through my degree, they changed it from 8 years to 12 years of schooling. And something in my gut just didn't feel right. I was like, I don't know if this is the right path for me anymore. Now what? Now what? And I remember just being in this state of loneliness, depression, anxiety, really stuck and really alone because all my other friends appeared to be thriving with their careers and knowing their path and all of that. And I felt like, well, I'm like the only one that doesn't know what's next for me. So I ended up taking a path where I started to travel. I did an exchange in university and fell in love with travel. And then did some volunteer work. I actually went to Africa when I returned and mentored kids in an after school program. And I just fell in love with mentorship. But even then, knowing these pieces of the puzzle, there was that whole aspect of I need money to be successful. I need money to make an impact. So I jumped into corporate to be able to make money in insurance. And I was doing really well, but like there was just something missing. There was that mentorship, there was that travel aspect. And then before you knew it, I felt this call to just go to a networking event. And I met my first business partner at the time and got introduced to personal development. And my heart just went right to life coaching and spirituality. And I left corporate and worked, did a lot of sales jobs to make, my ends meet and make money to invest in education. And I became like a seminar junkie to like take as much knowledge as possible so I could create my own sauce and my own way to deliver that and share that with people. So, yeah, in a nutshell, that's the story.
Incredible journey. I absolutely feel aligned with you, especially when we are on this journey of self-discovery and trying to figure out like what we want to create. For me personally, like I knew deep in my gut, I wanted something bigger. I knew I can create something bigger. What the heck that was, I had no freaking idea. No freaking idea. And it came with a lot of trial and error. And all I can say is like, I wish I had someone to guide me along the way. But
Mm.
part of that journey is doing it alone, feeling, um, I guess, like reaching deep within and asking yourself what feels right for you, because it's different for each person. We all might want to make a huge impact, but it can come in so many forms, such as becoming a singer versus becoming a coach. It's so completely different. So, what I wanted to ask you is, during your time of seeking clarity, what did you experience and what were some of the things you did to help you get clear?
Yeah, I think it was like just saying yes to opportunities. I feel like when you're confused, you kind of go inward into like a little shell, like a crab or like a turtle, and you kind of go inward. And I spent a lot of time like alone in my bed, like just really kind of isolating myself. But when I started to put myself out there, like go to networking events, like if I saw a book and it called to me, reading that book or attending a seminar and saying yes to opportunities, then I feel like the universe presented me with opportunities to help me grow to the next step, to the next step. Because if I got presented that opportunity to travel abroad and I said no, that would have cut off a part of my story that brought me to where I am today. Same goes for that invitation to go to a networking event where I met my first business partner. If I said no then, my life would have got into a different direction. So I think it's about saying yes to opportunities that are just a bit outside of your comfort zone. Because if you feel like a pull to say yes, but then you feel like your comfort zone coming in, see that as like a compliment of, wow, this could actually help me progress in my life. So saying yes to opportunities, following my gut instinct. I think all of us have like an inner voice and gut instinct that makes us drawn to different opportunities. Just following that can really, really help you step into the clarity you're seeking, because I feel like we have so much inner knowing about what our true path is. And I feel like if we just pull back the layers and say yes to what the universe is offering us in the midst of all the opportunities, that's what can help us have that light bulb moment of clarity that we're all looking for.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing. And I wanted to touch a little bit more about like what you give advice to your clients, or like how you guide someone to discover their path and purpose. Do you
Yeah.
have a specific model that you walk them through?
Well, I have like the three pillars of clarity, what I kind of talk about, which are three main things: clearing what's holding them back, like going on that healing journey in terms of what is the inner voice telling them, like the negative self talk. What are parts of their past that they're holding on to, and clearing that? Because once you take the ability to heal and be set free and come from this expansive and gratitude filled place, that's when you can start to realize, wow, look at all the opportunities out there. Look at what vision I could create for myself. That kind of ties into the second piece, which is helping them to connect with their dream life and purpose. I feel like everybody has a purpose here on this earth. And I think if we all took the time to just discover a little bit more about what we truly want and what vision, what vision board we wanted to create, it would be so powerful to keep us motivated and focused. And then lastly, it's like creating the game plan of taking this vision and making it into reality. So breaking it down into simple, momentous, and aligned action steps so that before you know it, you can go in a few months later and see how much your life has transformed. So I feel like all those three parts, the healing, the vision creation, and the action steps, is what really can help you transform your life. And that's what I've used in my life to get where I am today. And it's been such a beautiful journey.
Beautiful. I feel so connected to that. There's always the dream, but then the action part is where reality happens. The action part is the most important. And I personally find myself stuck in that area because, like you mentioned, the negative self-talk that comes up. The negative self-talk for me came up as, I'm not worthy enough to achieve these dreams. I'm not good enough or smart enough to reach those. But when you realize that those are just your own beliefs. Those are just your own thoughts. And that's completely untrue. Like, where in your life has that ever happened to you? You've never tried it. So that's another step that you can take to prove that you are worthy and that you can create the vision that you actually want for your life. So that is beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, I love that. You're welcome. I think that they all come tied like together, right? Like I find that there's like the dreamers of the world, there's the healers of the world, and there's the action takers. But if you don't clear what's holding you back, like you were saying, that negative self-talk will be there. If you don't take the time to create the vision, you're kind of aimlessly going through life. And then if you're not creating action steps that will lead you to the vision, you're kind of just taking action with no destination. So that's why I found the three need to be together to get you where you want to be.
Amazing, amazing. And what's the best tip you can give to someone who's defining their first step? Let's say like they don't know where to begin.
Since we're in the midst of like this new year when this is being released, I want to make it really simple for 2021. So what I would do is grab like a separate piece of paper, like outside of your notebook, and write down the things that you are just ready to leave in 2020 or like let go of so that 2021 can be your best list, like year ever. So make a list and be like, I release the following limiting beliefs. Write down any things you're done with, right? Let it go, rip it up, burn it up. And then start to define, okay, so in the end of 2021, what do I want to achieve? Right? So make like a list of things that you want to achieve to create that vision, right? You can list them out as goals, as like I am statements. You can make yourself like a vision board so you have the visual aspect. And then you can choose an action step that's the first baby step for each of them. So, like, for example, say that you want to start your dream business. Okay, maybe it's like, I'm going to start to find a coach to help me. That's going to be my action step. I'm going to register my business. I'm going to discover who my target market is, right? Something very simple and concise so that you can create some confidence, achieve that step, and just go for the races and make everything happen. So, to make it simple, release, what you don't want anymore, make some actionable goals for yourself, and then define a simple baby step you can take to create the momentum.
Amazing. Can you walk with me through that? Like, I want to give the audience an example. So, first is release what you don't want anymore.
Yes. So what's one thing you want to leave in 2020 or like not take in with you in 2021?
I would love to release the worthiness conversations. I feel that coming up so much, but realizing now these thoughts are untrue.
Yes. Awesome. So I would, after we finish this interview, like write that down. I release the feelings of unworthiness I feel about XYZ, right? And then what is something that you want to create in 2021? By like December 31st, 2021, you're celebrating that you achieved this thing. What is that going to be?
An amazing connection to a community of women who are looking to better their lives, especially in the Asian community.
Love it. So connect with a community of Asian women. Like, do you have a number of women that you want to connect with?
I want to change 100 lives. That is
Amazing. Amazing. So, like, you can write that out. You can make a picture of like a bunch of women on your vision board, or you can write it as an affirmation, even like, I change 100 Asian women's lives by December 31st, 2021, and say it every day so it's clear. So, now that you have that vision, what is your first step going to be to achieving that? A baby step that you can take like within the next 24 hours, let's just say.
I love this question. It is reaching out and connecting with groups of women who are in this particular industry already.
Awesome. So, like, is there a group that comes to mind? Because I feel like I love that we're kind of doing this now because the more detailed we can be, the more clear we are to know what that step's going to look like. So, do you know like a Facebook group that's like Asian woman that are looking to improve their lives? Or do you have like an Instagram influencer that has a big Asian following that you can think of?
Yes, yes, yes. The Asian Hustle Network.
There you go. There you go. So you can say within the next 24 hours, I'm going to connect with how many people? Let's say 5 people in the Asian network. What do you think?
Sounds
Asian.
good. Yes.
Awesome. Cool. So that's how simple it can be. That's how simple it can be. And now you did it.
Amazing. Thank
Yeah.
you for walking through that step. It is so important. And as you know, as I speak about this with you, the clarity does come when you name it, when you say it out loud, when you put it on paper, when you put it on post-it board, that shows up. And when you voice what you want in life, then the universe opens up and you are able to receive that. Thank you so much, Cassandra. And for the audience members out there, we just want to know a little bit more about how you created this vision board that you had, like, and what are you working towards for next year? Like, what is your vision for next year?
Yeah, no, I love that. My intention for this year, I actually set a word for the year. That's going to be my big overarching thing. Like 2 years ago was impact. Last year was expansion. In 2021, and 2020 was expansion. 2020 was expansion. 2021 is going to be ascension. So just scaling my impact to new heights, increasing my Facebook group size, getting my book and my podcast around in front of more people, just so that I can create a movement for millennials to help them find clarity. Like that's what I'm so, so passionate about. So that is my biggest intention. In terms of the vision board that I have behind me, this is one of my older ones. I actually have my most updated one as my screensaver. I just did it a couple of weeks ago. It was really beautiful. But what I do for vision boards is I look at like the 5 areas of my life that are most important to me. So it's like my business, my development, like things I like to learn. So personal and spiritual development, the people I love most, travel, and I make like a bucket list of all the things that I want to achieve. And then I find images and put it into the different corners of my board with keywords and pictures and things like that. So that's how I make vision boards.
Amazing. So there are different areas of your life that you want to holistically include into this vision board to help you create the life that you want, not only the business that you want.
Yeah. So that's something that you could do too in terms of your list for your purpose is look at your 5 values, make your goals accordingly, and then you can make a vision board based on your about 5 goals that you set for the new year. Bonus little content for you guys too.
Uh, Thank you so much for sharing that, because with this event, the Magnetically Aligned Woman, it's so much more than just, your beliefs. It's about your mindset, how you feel spiritually, how you interact with life around you, and feeling the joy and energy that comes from creating something you actually want to do, instead of feeling the overwhelm and the stress and the, oh my God, I don't know how to move forward, and taking those baby steps along the way. So, for our audience out there, I know you have an amazing offer to give to them to help them on this journey.
Yeah. So I have a couple options for you. I have my productivity guide, which is a very simple and tangible way to deal with that action piece of setting your weekly and daily goals to help you achieve your vision. So I'll give you access to that. It's totally free, very simple, very life changing. And then I also have my own Facebook group that I do weekly lives in 5 day events. There's one coming up the last week of January that is about productivity, intuitive action setting. So you're welcome to attend that. It's called Achieve Your Dreams with Cassandra Rosa. I'm sure we'll put all of the information for easy access, or you can connect with me on Instagram if you want to have a conversation. And yeah, those are the easiest ways to connect and receive the valuable information I have for you.
Amazing. And for everyone watching, I will go ahead and link her information in the description so that you guys have easy access to connect with Cassandra and have these valuable tools for you to create the beginning of 2021 and your vision for 2021. When you are aligned with who you are, things come easier. Cassandra, can you give us some last words of wisdom or a favorite quote that you can leave us with today?
Yes, I always love to remind everyone that you have the power to create the clarity you need to create your dream life and business, whatever that may be. You have the power. I think clarity is truly within you. As long as you put yourself out there and invest your time and energy to your personal development, that is when you will really connect with the true clarity within you. And anything is possible. You're all powerful and you can make all your dreams happen. As cliche as it is, I love the cliches.
I love that. Let's live in the Disney world where dreams come
Yes.
true, right?
Yeah. I have a Disney quote up here. It's like, your dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them.
Love that. Courage
Yeah.
is huge. Thank you so much for joining us today, Cassandra. Thank you for all the wisdom and support you've given us. And for the audience members out there, I hope that this has brought to you some amazing, amazing ways that you can connect to yourself, that you can create in this next year. 2021 is a time for change. So with that said, I will see you in the next series, in the next episode.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you, Nikki.
Thank you.